All right, so we are about to head out. Got my backpack because you know we're gonna hit up the disc golf courses out in Fort Worth and Dallas area. So this video is probably gonna be like a vlog-ish, but we are headed to Disc Golf South Expo. The Disc Golf North Expo looked pretty cool because there was a lot of like, you know, you had Paul Macbeth, you had a whole bunch of other pro players there. But this event's gonna be pretty interesting. I've never been. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Who eats Whataburger? Whataburger! Or is it Waterburger? Yeah, that's it.
Enjoy your day out in the sun. Join us, we'll have a good time. Never lose, we always have fun. Let it fly into the sky. Let it glow into the night. Let it take flight. Just slip away. Here to let you find your way. Find your way.
That's what I'm talking about. Texas right there, boy.
Welcome to our channel. Now you're part of the team. We're cheering you on. Hope you live your life.
Challenger, expensive Challenger, even more expensive Challenger, even more.
Did that, and then this year my tour series is done by a guy named Kelly Faber, Coboard Art on Instagram.
I love it. I'm a graphic designer. I appreciate it.
Oh, awesome.
The artwork on it.
These fan heaters on it, and it would get really, really hot. And then I would put plastic inside, wait for a certain amount of time, it would melt. And then there was a bar that used my body weight to inject into it. I spent the next month and a half making this stuff. But it showed me.
All of our blemishes basically come from sometimes one of these chips gets stuck inside. And it'll put a mark on it like that.
Yeah. You guys are, yeah, I mean, you're kind of using like a membrane,
Yeah.
PRO, kind of. I'm getting this.
This is what I need. The torque I put on a
Yeah,
disc.
when I torque things, nothing's overfitting. That's crazy.
300
Has anybody tried to
grams.
throw this?
It doesn't go very far.
It doesn't like.
It's like a 40
Yeah. Tommy John
hits the
surgery.
ground, it hits the ground.
Let us know what this basket is doing, Sal.
Oh, well, look at it. Look, there's these chains slide. Supposedly, it's supposed to catch it and drop it. And then also the basket's huge, so it's not gonna kick. I've had it putt, or I putted and it hit the ring and it pops out. But this is so deep.
Put it on the side.
Yeah, look. Is that like?
Is that standard?
I don't know. That looks really deep.
I like that it doesn't have any nubs, and the basket is beefy
Oh yeah,
as crap.
and these chains are really heavy.
Yeah, the whole basket is, in general just looks crazy beefy.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, like it seems like you could probably take a tree fall.
So it's a
Yeah,
solar
it's
light.
there in Missouri, and it's coming out. We just started releasing them.
Yeah, it's brand new.
So it's
three
the
different size
Titan
shades,
Pro
half-inch
35.
steel, only basket guaranteed against bending and breaking. The only one made with half-inch steel as well.
That's amazing. Is this like different than a regular, or is that
It's
standard?
all the way to the certifications. So it's as wide as it can be.
Wow.
As much
It's to the limits.
Is there any other basket that's as deep as this? You don't know?
I don't know about the
Okay.
other baskets.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
yeah,
It's a
Now
beefy boy.
They're $5.99, and this one is for sale.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to take it off my hands, you let me know.
You don't have to
have
carry
to
it
at
back.
the end of the
It's got to
weekend.
be.
My name is Barry Smith. I have a podcast.
My name is Robbie C. I teach beginners how to play, and don't throw far.
My name is Jesse. I run a company called Trash Panda. We are a disc golf manufacturer that makes discs out of 100% recycled plastic, based in Denver. Basically, all of our content is a peek behind the scenes of what it's like building a company, running a company, making discs, and recycling plastic.
Be the talent, you have to be the editor, you have to be the marketer, all of those things. And then if you really want to grow, you can start doing custom stuff and creating merchandise because people are super kind and want to like support you.
Since y'all create content like constant, I know Bodanzo was putting out a video like every day for a while. How often do y'all find yourselves just going out and actually playing around without recording yourselves? I create content myself, and I went out to the field and I had all my stuff ready and I didn't have my phone. And so I was like, well, I could go back to the house, but I'm just gonna go ahead and play the round and not waste the day. It was a beautiful day, but I just want to hear what y'all take.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, so for me, we're a small business, but we're also, I think these days we're primarily content. And I do struggle with that, where I'm like, well, if I'm gonna go to the course, it's a nice day, I finally got good weather, like I gotta take advantage of it. So I don't play much casually anymore. I would love to,
Right.
but I also have family, and I'm trying to find a balance for all those things. So I think I'm sure everyone's situation is different too, like where they are with their life, with their support system, how much content they're trying to do. Do they have a schedule that they're trying to keep? We try to post weekly. So that means I do have to constantly be figuring out what's the idea, when am I shooting it, am I shooting multiple videos? So if I can be efficient about my time and go out and maybe shoot 3 or 4 videos at once, and then I can work on post-production and then have an opportunity to get on a separate day to play, I'd love to do it, but I usually don't.
All right.
When Foundation started, I played a lot of disc golf outside. When Foundation started, I was on the board at our local club. I was playing weeklies. I was playing tournaments. I was playing college disc golf. So I had practice 2 days a week. None of that's filmed. But then, we went from filming 1 video a week and 1 podcast a week to now we have 7 podcasts a week and 3 videos on our main channel. And next thing you know, I have a kid and a wife at home, and then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, it's a beautiful Saturday, I might go play disc golf. And she's like, I thought you only worked Monday through Friday. And I'm like, it's tough. So nowadays, if I throw a disc, it is being filmed. There isn't. And every once in a while, and by every once in a while, I mean once a quarter, I'll get out and play with my brother or something, but because he's the one that got me into disc golf. But not many opportunities come up anymore. But that's just life, and I'm blessed that I get to play disc golf as much as I do because it's a part of my job. Because if that wasn't the case, I probably still wouldn't get to play much. But hey, now I can still play a lot, but it's just part of work,
When I re-upped with Foundation this year as a anti-burnout goal, the goal was to play 1 round a week with people that I trust. And that sounds so silly, but for coaching, my greatest fear is that I said this to Hunter at All-Stars. I said, I'm going to throw forehands during this video because I don't want to throw a backhand and embarrass myself and invalidate our lessons. Because people are still fixated on the fact that if you can't throw up 500 feet, you aren't allowed to teach people how to throw. So, interesting. But Tristan's in the next session, and he does throw 500 feet. So, you should listen to him more than me every day of the week. Yeah, so I have a very small group of people that are okay with me playing bad and knowing hey, no one makes jokes about it is my relief. So I try to do it once a week. That's the goal, and it has made me actually really enjoy disc golf again.
Yeah, I was going to answer the last question. Actually, both of these kind of tie together for me. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I hope someone has a different answer, but I personally don't find that to be the case. But I also don't think work is a bad thing. I really find a lot of value, worth, and enjoyment in working. It's not always going to be good, but I think that there are just studies like when someone just stops working, their life just gets worse overall. And it doesn't always have to be for money or for something, but like having something that you find purpose and value in and working towards it is inherently going to be difficult. But like as people, we get better and like we live more full lives when we do those things. Kind of the thing that ties all these questions together for me is I don't play a lot casually, like almost at all right now. And I don't think I would play casually, but my goal to like become a pro tour disc golfer requires a lot of training that over the last honestly these last 2 weeks have been really frustrating for me because the weather's been good, I've been filming, I've been like in the gym with my strength and conditioning coach, and then I'll do a little bit of training, but my body is just too fatigued at the end of the week because of throwing. And one of the things that I found in content that helps this question, helps me enjoy it more, it helps me to be able to play more in the future, is this year I've started setting caps on myself of like, okay, I can only post 5 videos a week, which obviously is a lot, but it's like Monday through Friday I can only post.
I'm trying to identify what muscles you're using. So people talk about noodle arm and not using up here, so I'm trying to figure out, are you using these muscles like you would throwing the baseball, or are you using your body to kind of fling your arm around?
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of the flinging the arm around. There's definitely some of the back muscles, kind of, I guess, like your trap, your scapula, things like that are going to be involved. But I think much more of like the power aspect is brought from the legs and the core, and we'll kind of get into that. Naturally, the whole throw is purely rotational. You're not trying to do any sort of shifting forward or backward or tilt that way. And as soon as you start turning your head a little bit too early, or rarely it's too late, but really you want to turn it on time and have your shoulders kind of dictate your head. But I don't think that having your foot open and working on closing it will take you from 300 to 400 feet. Like that's just not something that's keeping you back. That might be keeping back a player throwing 490. That might keep them back from throwing 500, but it's only going to be a 10-foot difference at like a very high-end range. Watch any pro player throw like distance contest shots or really far. They're actually going past 90 degrees for the rotation. And that's really just to get the core involved a little bit more, and again, just give yourself a little bit more time to accelerate the disc through. There's a lot of ways to go about this. One of the easiest and most simple ways that I've been able to think about or give feelings to players to fix this shoulder rotation thing is when you're going to peak reach back, and I'm gonna stand up for this, so I'll just have to talk a little bit louder. But basically, could I use this disc?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you. So, say my target line is directly at this wall here. Most people think about just rotating their shoulders or just pushing the disc back. And I mentioned this to you, a couple of you throwing earlier, but when you're going to peak reach back, I want you to feel a string pulling your left shoulder blade and your left elbow towards your target when you go to reach back. So let's say my target's over here now. I'm gonna really focus on engaging my back and engaging this elbow towards the target. See how that naturally gets my shoulders turned. I can keep my front shoulder in the same position, not engage my back at all, and bring my arm down, and all of a sudden it doesn't look like I have any shoulder turn, right? So engaging the back and the elbow towards the target when you go to peak reach back is, I think, the easiest way to go about getting a little bit extra shoulder rotation. And again, this is part of, like I mentioned with the elbow, of getting fully extended. Wrong line.
That's gonna conclude the events. We are eating, what's this place called?
Ready?
Fred's. Oh, that's Fred's Original. It's a Philly cheese place. Philly cheesesteak. Really good in Charleston, right? Or Allen, Texas. Check it out. Peace. Bro, this is what a hotel should look like, bro.